Hello, everybody. It's me, the one and only, the Rufilio Tyrilius, your stay in the paint and always go hard rockstar bard, host of the Eternal Tournament here in Moonsilver Arena, where infinities converge, proving the impossible profoundly probable, and coupled with the burden system, provides an endless amount of fighters with an astronomical number of combinations for character creations, so you never watch the same fight twice. So, with that out of the way, let's head over to the arrival room where the effigy, Moonsilver's miniature avatar, and Sevis the Wholehearted, the arena's chief custodian, await our contenders. Stick around after the show. My counterpart from across the fourth wall wants to bend your ear a bit. Feels like we're just about there. Reality is a bit fickle here. The journey from the Nexus City anomaly to the effigy is an ever changing maze made of myriad stairs, bridges, caverns, and corridors, ensuring only those called by Moonsilver may ever arrive. Sevis calls it the monolith, though I don't know why. Doesn't seem appropriate. The rest of us call it the piteous pathway, and I'm sure whoever coined that name thinks they're terribly clever. All right, here we are. Let's jump right to it. Over here we have Uriel, the lawful good warforged crafted by Mount Celestia to win the tournament, and Bohdan The Beast Slayer, the chaotic neutral. Though leaning ever more evil, he bears the sigil of Malar, the chaotic evil god of the hunt. Having wound their way through the monolith, the two have made it to the arrival room, where a miniature moonsilver, called the effigy, await. Placing their hands within, they are transported to a location of Moonsilver's choosing. Here they go now, transported an equal distance away from the effigy. The two take up positions, and the fight begins. Raising his shield high, presenting the crossed tongs and hammer symbol of Onachar, golden wisp of energy coalescing around him, Uriel summons a shield of faith. The roof of the building extending out beyond its corner, allowing Uriel to see and point at the Goliath. The low, sorrowful sound of a great bell rings out, like the first note of a funeral dirge, and the sound in the tense air came as a shock to the Goliath. Bohdan's critical failure of Uriel's spell has invoked a condition of erratica, where the offending ability is replaced with the burden on their soul, the sound echoing through him, physically manifesting as crippling pain. Though the pain quickly dissipates, and indeed seems to be absorbed by Malar's sigil proudly worked into Bohdan's shield as it glows a fierce red. For those like Bohdan, who have increased their burden for power, it is detrimental. Though the pain seems to have galvanized him into action, he springs forth and hurls a hand axe at the Warforged, who stares unemotionally on, bringing his shield up for the axe to bounce over his head and land on the road behind him. With the same lack of emotion, Uriel summons that dark bell again as he tolls the dead. The sound rings deep within him as the pain of tearing organs rack Bohdan's body. Bohdan quickly assesses the situation, recalling the tactics he used in his lifetime of chasing and collecting bounties. He formulates a plan. Suddenly springing into action, Bohdan runs towards the large house. Once inside, he wastes no time, crouching near the door and covering the entrance in oil, during which he takes a deep breath, considering himself and catching a second wind. Uriel chases his prey across the road and enters the building. Seeing Bohdan directly in front of them, he acts as if he is going to bash him with his shield. But Bohdan can see the familiar form of movement that Uriel makes when he tolls the dead, and seeing the perfect opportunity to attack while Uriel's focus is divided between defending and acting out those movements, matching the tonal requirements and beseeching his god for power, Bohdan lashes out quickly with a hand axe. The axe is grazing off Uriel's integrated armor as he completes the spell. Steeling himself against the bell's dreadful sound, its intonation fails to penetrate Bohdan's psyche and harm him. Bohdan turns away from his attackers to finish the last elements of his trap. As he applies steel to flint, Uriel uses this to bring the mace down hard and striking critically against the back of Bohdan's head. Thought-shattering pain thunders through his skull. Bohdan calls on his people's ability, granting him the endurance of a stone. He overcomes the wound inflicted upon him, his body taking very little of the blow's force. The torch springing to life in his hand, he throws it on the ground before Uriel, the flames catching instantly and igniting the ground beneath him. The Warforged looks on through the flames at his target. The flames sear and burn his body's amalgamous mixture of organic material and metalworks, threatening to break his concentration on his shield of faith, though through luck he was able to maintain the hold on his spell. Moving forward, Uriel raises his hand, summoning necrotic energy, that which is antithetical to life itself. and launching himself forward through Bohdan's guard, he merely touches the Goliath. Instantly, the necrotic energy he harnessed flows out of him and into Bohdan, racking him with a destructive energy so great and delivering such a massive amount of damage. Bohdan was immediately severed from his life. All right, now that I got this wand alone, let's see what it does. Let's see what happens when I raise this wand of the fourth wall up.
Hello, everybody. It's me, your one and only, the Rufilio Tyrilius. Except on this side of the fourth wall, I'm known simply as Joshua. But I wanted to take a quick second to introduce myself and chat with you a bit. First, I want to thank you. If you're here now, that means you watched all the way through, and hopefully that means you saw something you enjoyed. If so, then I'm leaving it up to you on what to do. But something you may not know is you too can be a part of the tournament and have your character in battle featured in the show. You could even become a center part of the story. Wait, I'm aware that I said tournament, but it wouldn't be D&D without a story now, would it? So, relax a little bit. I can do both. I've got the backstory cooking on the back burner right now. The only question is what's going to be the side dishes and who's going to be the entree. Shadig? Very soon, though, I plan to have some videos and skits up explaining what the Moonsilver Arena actually is, its origin, and the purpose of the tournament. In the meantime, though, anyone who'd like to participate is encouraged to follow the Discord link below and post in the new contender chat channel, and an approved DM will get with you as soon as possible. Alright, guys, last but definitely not least, I'd like to shout out some special friends I made along the way. My wife and I met them while attending our first Rim Fair. We spotted some beautifully packaged mystery dice and just had to go check them out. We rolled d20s to see what we got, and oddly enough, we ended up getting our wedding colors. This was such a unique experience that it caused us to engage with the shop owners, Philip and Jenny of the Mystic Workshop. And these guys were just an absolute treat and a treasure to interact with. Genuinely good people. When someone does what they love, it shows in their affect and their disposition, and just good vibes emanate off them. Man, we had a blast just chopping it up with them. They play D&D, just very unique people. Um, so if you're able to, guys, do me a huge solid and go check out the Mystic Workshop. That's spelled with two P's and an E, themysticworkshop.com. They have beautifully handcrafted dice, rollers, guardians, accessories. They've even got koozies, which is great if you're like me and you've got hot, sweaty nerd hands. Um, but yeah, check them out. And also, if you know of anyone else who may benefit from some exposure or a shout out, dude, share an anecdote in the comments below. And I'll do what I can to check them out and maybe give them a shout in my next video. Once again, I appreciate you guys greatly. And until we meet again, may your harvest be bountiful and your burdens light. Peace. Check, check, check it, check it, check it, check, check, check.